In the paint, never flop. At the rim like who? Get the crown like Braun. Yeah, making some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me, yeah, neighborhood. It's me, yeah, give me some. Wifey icy, yeah, freezer. New friends, I don't need them. Checks coming by the spins. Kids eating off the reruns. If I'm not, then what's the real deal? I've been up and down Pharaoh. Friend, bro, you did a real kill.
And why do we have so much Loctite?
It's my glue of choice.
I mean, a ridiculous amount of Loctite here.
That's the best glue on the market.
Ay, 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 go crazy. Ay, 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 yeah, go crazy. Got picked twice a day, my type of 2 a day. Woke up with no plans, what I'ma do today. These are not the same, I got new shoes today. My baby missed me, wishing it was 2 of me. And I'm like, if I'm not, then what's the real deal? I've been up and down Pharaoh. Friend, bro, you did a real kill. Off the liquor and some pills. I've been at it since a church. Work. Tell little baby, make it twerk. Twerk.
So to start building your own robot, the basic things you'll need is the 3D printer, the filaments. Once we get those 2 things, what are all these other wirings and motors in here you're looking at?
That's if you want to use if you want to use 3D. I mean, you don't necessarily have to go 3D printed. I mean, you can make a robot out of some aluminum. You can make one out of Lexan plastic. I mean, it's more, if you're gonna be like bashing them for fun like I'm doing, I'm just gonna use a 3D printer and not have to go through all the hassle. Now, if I was gonna be like entering a competition, then I'll actually like use like metal or aluminum framing and not the 3D printed robot, even though it's a whole nother class now for 3D printed robots. But I mean, I think your weaponry has to be like plastic. You can't have any real weapons on it, any metal weapons.
Okay, so how do you order these other components? Do you order them from the RC car section, the brushless motor? What?
No, I mean, actually, just, a lot of this stuff is hobby stuff. Like, that's usually a motor that you'll find. It's a brushless motor that you'd find on a drone. These are like always been gear motors, little hobby motors.
You reuse the motors about how many times?
Until they stop working. If it's working, it's going back in the robot, no doubt. You can get those little motors for about, I think I spent like, for the ratio I'm using, like $14 for 2, I believe.
Have you ever considered building bigger? This is ant weight. Have you considered bigger ones?
When I first got into Battlebots, like in the early 2000s, I used to build big ones. I had big robots, but there was a couple of things that kept me from going to compete. I have built about 3 robots. At once upon a time, it was a group in near me that, I just put it like that, near me that used to have little competitions, but we never got to really get together and do anything. Like I say, Battlebots is still going on, but it had started where it wasn't really being advertised as much. And a lot of people, money started becoming an issue because, we're in like a recession like at that time. So for a lot of people, they just kind of knocked off, and and some people still did it. But then shortly before I did get out of it, ant weights started coming along. Ant weight, beetle size. I think one this size would be like probably UK ant weight. I think their size of their robots are a little different. Not certain, but yeah. What's the next question for me?
So the 3D printer started up. What do we got going on over there?
So right now it's just outlining the base part of the print. So it'll make a base, and once it makes that base, then it'll start actually doing the fine print to make the actual um, object that you're trying to make. And it'll take that object about 8 hours. 8 hours and 8 minutes.
So the moving parts, it's hot, so you have to keep your kids away from the moving parts.
Yeah.
Is there a fail safe where it'll go off if anybody goes over there and touches it?
There is no fail safe. The surface gets warm, and the little nozzle that heats up the plastic, the little nozzle at the tip is always hot. And that's what melts the plastic. It gets extremely hot, so you definitely want to keep your hand away from it. What you got for me? I think I'm gonna go in here with a micro receiver. Yes.